Hi there folks, my name is Carlo and I want to welcome you to another one of Progressive Home Automation's how to use your Control4 system. So you've recently purchased your Control4 system or you're looking at a new Control4 system, and one of the things that's piqued your interest is HVAC control, so your thermostat. How do you control the heating, the cooling, and the humidity of your home? So today this video is going to be about me walking you through how to do exactly that. So let's get started on our touch panel interface. Now again, with our touch panel interface, you'll notice that this is available on your wall-mounted touchpad, an iPad or Android tablet, as well as your iPhone or Android phone. So let's take a closer look at our touchpad mounted here on the wall. As with every Control4 interface, the best practice for you to be using when doing anything is double check that you've got the proper room selected. It doesn't make sense for us to be changing the temperature in the office if we're standing in the reception. So I'm going to go ahead and select reception here. As you'll notice on our front main page, I've got a comfort button. You'll notice it does have a digital readout of our current temperature in the home. So if I give it a click, it'll offer me weather and office temperature. If you have multiple thermostats in your home, all being controlled by your Control4 system, you will notice other thermostats available. Here in our office, we only have one. So we're going to give it a click. You'll see there's a lot of stuff going on here, but with every Control4 system, once you get used to using it, you will notice it's set up in a very smooth and easy to use way. Our first thing that we're going to go over is our mode settings under our temperature heading. Mode is rather simple. It allows us to choose between off, heating, cooling, and auto. For most people, you're going to be satisfied with auto just due to the fact that the thermostat has been set up by Progressive Home Automation to detect whether you have just a furnace or just an air conditioner or both. So we're going to leave it on auto. You'll notice in the center of the screen, we have the current readout for the temperature in our home, as well as the heating point in orange and the cooling point in blue. And then we have dials at the top to kind of represent what we have them set to. If I have auto mode selected, I have the ability to grab the dial here and drag it. You'll notice that my heat set point is going up, as well as my cooling set point. We've designed it so that there has to be a minimum separation between the two values so that you don't have the air conditioner and the furnace running at the same time. Again, if I were to grab my blue dial here, you'll notice it does the same thing. It's going to adjust my cooling set point. When I've selected the center area, it will also give me just a simple up and down button if you're not a fan of the whole scrolling dial thing. Once I give it a second, it'll select that temperature and it'll start its function of either heating or cooling. You'll notice our next thing here is our fan icon. Again, we have an on, an auto, and a circulate. On is simply that. It just turns on the fan for the home and just lets it continue to run. Auto will only allow it to run when heating or cooling is being provided. And circulate will turn the fan on for about 5 minutes at a time every now and then to just circulate the air in your home. You'll notice we have our presets button. Here we have a comfort, away, sleep, and vacation mode, and these can be edited to be really anything that you want, but it's about selecting a preset that makes sense for you in your home at that time. If I were to collect the pencil up here, it'll allow me to make any sort of changes that I may have, or even add an additional preset. Let's say I wanted the comfort mode, which makes sense to us right now. I'm going to give that a click, and it's now activated the comfort preset. Our final button under the temperature heading is our hold button. If you have a schedule set up that runs on a particular day or during the week, sometimes you don't always want it to switch to night mode on the weekend, and you just haven't gotten around to changing that schedule yet. Well, I can go and I can tell it to hold to its current schedule for 2 hours. I can tell it to switch to its next event. I can tell it that I want it to stay on this permanently until I turn it off, or I can hit hold and tell, and I can tell it when I want it to change to its next schedule. Under our humidity setting, you'll notice it's telling me the humidity in our office is 26%. It's currently set to off. If I were to go ahead and turn that to humidity mode, it's going to give me the ability to set a humidity set point, turn that up or down, and then it's going to go ahead and tell a humidifier to get you to that set point. Under our schedule heading, you'll notice we have every day of the week. And here on Thursday, I have a comfort setting. It's supposed to activate at 8 a.m. If I hit the plus button, I can select a time for when I want my next event to occur, and I can tell it what preset I would like it to use. If I hit the page button here, it'll give me the ability to copy an existing preset to any other day of the week that I might like. So that means you can create a preset on a Monday and then copy it through to Friday, but maybe not Saturday or Sunday. And then finally, our extras tab. Here you can choose on a temperature scale. We have it set to Celsius as we're located in Calgary, Canada, but of course you could have that over to Fahrenheit. And then temperature sensor is an interesting one. If we've selected to use a remote temperature sensor in your home, what that means is you've got a little white disc located on your wall where the thermostat would normally be. It's reading a remote temperature for that room at the location of the sensor, but you don't have to see the big unsightly thermostat on your wall. Basically, what it gives us the ability to do is I would like to read the temperature in the office, which is where our thermostat is located, or I could switch it to conference, and that would read the temperature in the conference room. So if we've installed a thermostat, a Control4 thermostat in your home, even though you can control it throughout you control the entire system with your touchpad, every now and then you will see that you still have a thermostat like this on the wall. So every function available to us on the touchpad, iPhone, Android device is still available to us here. So our first button here is what kind of mode do we want? Heating, cooling, or auto. Our pause button is going to basically set a hold and not let the next schedule run. Our fan button controls our fan, so auto, on, circulate. Up here is our humidity button, which of course lets us set the humidity. Up and down to change a value. Do we want the temperature up? Do we want the temperature down? And here of course is our presets or our favorites. So that's our quick walkthrough of our HVAC system, your heating, your cooling, and your humidity in your home. Progressive Home Automation is going to have lots of these videos to help you walk through your new system, or to have you kind of experience what it may be like to have a Control4 system. So at this point, I want to thank you for joining me. I would encourage you to check out progressivehomeautomation.com. Take a look at our contact form if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to know more on. We're always there, as well as give us a phone call or send us an email. We're ready to help and educate people on what a home automation system can do to make your home a little bit more smart.